What's happening? Will Freeman, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com. Coming to you today at night. I'm here relaxing on my bed, and I wanted to talk about gratefulness today, and I wanted to be, a bit real with you guys in this video, and to share a little bit about my life and some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that I'm going through, and why gratefulness is so fucking important to the quality of your life. So it's been kind of a long day for me. I've had a lot of things on my mind. And gratefulness is one of the things that, in the past I've struggled with. In the past, I've struggled with being positive, but that's one of those things where, I've been able to make some major, major developments on and, really been able to internalize that into my core persona. But gratefulness has been a difficult thing for me since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, I was always competitive. I always wanted to be the best soccer player or, whatever sport I was playing, which was my life until I was 15 and I found girls. I wanted to be the best, or I wanted to be the best at school. I wanted to be the best at this and that. And when I got to be the best, then I wanted to get on to the next thing. And it was hard for me to sit back and enjoy. And a lot of the time, I got stuck on thinking about what the next guy was doing. You know, the guy who had more girls or was better looking or more money and this and that. And there's always someone. There's always someone doing better. It doesn't matter how well you do. When I was a trader in my early 20s, I was making more money than I ever thought possible. Some months, $60,000, $70,000. More money than I made since then. But I was looking to my buddy who sat next to me, and I was 24 and he was 20, and he was making twice what I was doing. I mean, the kid was a millionaire in a year. And before that, he was working as a stock boy at Shoppers Drug Mart. But instead of looking at how great I was doing, I was thinking, I should be doing better than him. He's younger. I go to the library every day after work and study the markets for 4 or 5 hours. I worked harder at this. I was planning to be a trader 3 years while this kid was still in high school working as a stock boy. I worked harder at it. I did everything. I put in more work than every guy in the office. But the truth was, he was just fucking better at it. He was just better at it. And instead of looking at how good that I was doing, and that I was doing better than, guys who were executives, I was worried about what John was doing. And the same thing with girls at one point. I'm all right looking, and I started to get a bit of success. But I would look at the guy who was taller and I think, man, what, or the guy who was more handsome, or the guy who was this and that. And I thought, okay, well, I should be getting that. I should be getting, you know, that caliber of a girl. And if I got that caliber of a girl, I should be thinking, well, I should be getting that fucking caliber of a girl every time. You know, a large part of that came down to this sense of entitlement that I had, which is not a bad thing all the time. It served me well in terms of getting what I wanted, but it served me negatively in terms of hurting me and not being able to enjoy that. And looking back, a lot of that comes with growing up poor in a rich neighborhood. I came from a single parent home, but my mom was smart enough to move into a nice neighborhood where I could go to school around wealthy kids. And big houses and vacations and stuff that we didn't have. And, especially when I was young, I remember I had my shoes on layaway, a nice pair of shoes on layaway where my mom would pay it down over a period of weeks or months because money was really tight. And another part of that came from having a single mom and not having a father figure. And, when you grow up without a father, the world around you, the respective guys around you kind of becomes your father because you don't have anyone telling you that you're, worthy on your own. And another part of that came from my mom, who alternately loved me a lot, in some ways too much, and would blow up my head, and other times would scream at me for being worthless because I didn't turn off the light in the garbage room, and would shame me and call me ungrateful, and scream at me like a savage when I was an 8-year-old kid. And that developed this um, narcissism where you've on one hand I have this really high opinion, and then I would slip into this really negative opinion when I wasn't winning. Everything is great, to some degree when I'm performing, and I'm doing well. But if I struggled, or if I see someone who's doing better, then I can easily slip into feeling down on myself. And that's something that haunted me for a long period of time. And in some ways, it ended up with me getting depressed when I wasn't, achieving at the top level, because I had these really high standards for myself. And it really impacted me negatively. A large piece of the puzzle to getting that solved was getting positive. Okay, making positivity my priority. When I made that decision when I was 20, changed my life. Changed my life in so many ways. And it's a decision I continue to have to make. As I got older, into my late 20s and early 30s, when I made the decision to make happiness a priority. And I'm going to keep coming back to that on all these videos until you get sick of it, until you realize that it has to be your priority. Until I continue to remind you that it's your priority. Made a major change. Okay. But gratefulness is still something that I kind of struggle with to this day. But I want to give you some insights on some things that have hit me. Over the last couple of days, I was watching this Oasis documentary, Supersonic, which is an awesome documentary, and I recommend you go check it out. But I'm watching this, and I'm watching the way that these guys lived in their early 20s. And when I was growing up, Oasis was that fucking band, and it was positive, and it was like the antidote to grunge, which was all this fucking whining, and I just fucking love these guys. And every interview, they're talking shit, and they're saying whatever the fuck they want. They're super honest. And I'm watching the documentary, and it's bringing back all these fucking positive memories from middle school and like the first couple of years of high school, when we're having a great time. And these guys are just living that life. They're partying. They're making amazing music. Everything's positive. Everything's sunny. I mean, it's what I wanted when I was in high school. When I started to put sports to the side, and I picked up partying and girls and guitar, and I fell in love with the guitar and Jimi Hendrix and Keith Richards, and I would play the fucking guitar 7 hours a day after I got home from high school, driving my mom insane, driving my neighbors insane, playing Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits, 7 hours in a row to get the solo right, and Jimi Hendrix to get the solos right, to get it to sound exactly like they sounded. And I wanted to be a rock star, but back then I didn't have all the pieces in play to just, make it 100% focus and do it and stick with it and start with a band. And, chances are it wouldn't have worked out anyways. The odds are so low. But watching that documentary, brought back a lot of those ideas that I had when I was younger. And it brought back some pain for me. Like, I wish I'd fucking pursued it, man. That was what I wanted. That was a lifestyle I wanted. And that, of all the things that I could do or had dreamed about doing, even to this day, making that, having a band like Oasis or like the Rolling Stones and making that kind of music and touring the world would be it, man. That would still be my dream. It would still be 100% what I wanted to do. But reality is I'm 35, okay? I'm long past the point of rock stardom or movie stardom or anything in those lines of greatness. But and that got me down a little bit. It got me down a little bit, and I've been down a little bit because I'm trying to get these videos out every day. And I'm pushing myself to where my dream job has become work, and it's taken me. I don't want to, and I've been struggling to get out of bed the last month or so because I want to do the videos, but getting a good video and getting a good article out every day, um, I'm not always happy with how it's turned out. The last video I just did on drugs was fucking rambling, and it was fucking shit. And I just got it out to just get it done. I got 350 unfinished, half-finished articles. Some of them are 20 parts long on ethology, how to, and red pill, like real deprogramming, player in the game of life stuff, shit that you've never seen before. And I keep putting them off because I'm like, I gotta get the fucking video out every day, and then I gotta get the video out every day because I made the commitment to do 100 pieces of or 365 pieces of content this year. And that with seeing those guys living that lifestyle, thinking about that lifestyle, what could have been if I'd really pursued it, and getting to the point where I'm out in Thailand. I had my dream. I'm living my dream business. I mean, it's not the rock star dream, but it's fucking what I wanted to do. I wanted to help guys. I wanted to do this lifestyle thing. I wanted to get out to Thailand, and I had my fucking dream. And it kind of scared me after the high wore off the first month being out here, and it didn't make me super happy anymore. It didn't make me super happy like when I was working on it after I got home from work. My job, doing sales or whatever, where I was just happy to just fucking work on it and put out any article because it had become my fucking job. You see, my dream had become my job. My dream had become, like, last year getting 3 books. I wrote 3 fucking books and an article every week, and it was a fucking grind. And I was working 7 days a week, and I hate writing books. And I'd become a fucking slave to my own business. And I got used to Thailand. The thrill of it wore off. I got used to it. I got used to the fucking ebbs and flows of it. And truth be told, I started getting a little bored of Chiang Mai. But traveling around is not an option because I still have bigger goals for my business. Um, and traveling throws that off. So there's been a lot of shit that's been weighing on my mind. And I kind of just took today off. I wasn't going to do a video because I needed to figure out what the fuck was going on with me. My happiness was coming out of whack. Okay. And that's when I know that I need to fucking sit down and figure out what's going on. I started leaning on the booze a little bit, drinking too much. I started hitting snooze on my alarm clock because I didn't want to get out of bed. And I didn't want to do, like, I got 2 hours of fucking chores that I got to do when I wake up. I gotta take my TRT. I gotta exercise and do yoga for an hour. I gotta put in my minoxidil. I gotta put my RU on my research chemical to make sure that I hold on to my hair as much as I can. I gotta do my grooming. I gotta do a bunch of other fucking boring shit. And then I gotta, figure out a way to get that video out and where it's not fucking garbage. And I feel like a few of them have been rushed. A few of them, a lot of them have been really good, and I've been really proud of them, but a lot of them have been rushed, and I haven't had time to write the complimentary articles with them. I know a lot of guys want to see the articles as well. I prefer articles myself, and just a lot of those things are fucking adding up to where, I just I wasn't feeling fulfilled anymore, and I wasn't feeling happy to get out of bed like, when I first came out here. And like when I first started doing RLD, and I feel like I'm doing it to just get it done, and it's becoming more about the money. I'm fucking checking my, tweaking my sales pages and doing all this shit because it's become like a fucking job, and it's not how I want to do it. So I realized I needed to make a fucking change. And I just fucking sat here today and just thought about things. And every so often I have to do this. And I realize the first thing I need to fix is fucking gratefulness. Because I'm being a fucking ungrateful cunt. That's what I'm being. I'm being an ungrateful fucking cunt. Because God's taken me out of, this is what I asked for. I got what I asked for. I got the fucking dream that I asked for. I said, let me. I started this when I was 30, and I said, fuck, let me help guys to avoid the mistakes that I made, and let me show them a path of and sort out all that white noise, and let me get out of sales, and let me do this, and let me go live in Thailand, and let me go travel, and I swear to God, I'll work so hard on this, and I'll kill myself for it, and just, let me have that dream. And that's what I got. I got the answer to my prayers. And here I am sitting here thinking that, fuck, I wish I was a rock star. I wish I'd gone that path. How fucking ungrateful is that? I don't have to work a job. I don't have to live in Canadian winters anymore. I can not work if I want to. I can not work for 6 months, and all the articles that I wrote are still going to continue to grow in traffic, and I'm still going to continue to get paid in passive income. And then I think about the other stuff that I have. I have my health. I have vision. God willing, and I'm going to continue this stuff. I have the use of my legs. Yeah, I'm closing in on 35, but I'm still relatively young in the scope of the game, where the game goes to 80. I have the use of all my limbs. I can hear. I have hearing. I don't have sick relatives that I have to take care of. I spend a large part of the day reading this site called humansofnewyork.com, and you should check this out because it's just real shit. He just goes around and interviews people, and it's working class guys who don't have money to pay for their family. It's single women working jobs as maids trying to take care of their ailing mother. It's people who've been abused as kids and are drug addicts, and have their children taken away from them by social services. It's Wall Street guys who blew up on coke and ended up on the street. It's guys who are bipolar and keep going off their medication and keep ending up in the hospital. It's guys who are schizophrenic and hear voices. And when I was down on my luck, I had to work in a fucking mental hospital as a security guard during the night and a fucking call center during the day. And I remember how rough that shit was. And I remember being in the mental hospital and being so sad for these people because there was nothing I could do for them. And they're literally living in hell with mental illness. And I'm their security guard in the ER on the fucking night shift. And people are coming in after having to try to kill themselves. They're seeing voices. I went through one woman's bag. She still had her placenta from the abortion that she'd been carrying around for 3 months. I mean, every night we had to restrain someone. We had to physically hold them down and restrain someone in the bed and put them into fucking restraint. And I felt like I was going crazy just working there. And, truth be told, guys, tough talk to the side. I'm a very sensitive guy. And I've been sensitive since I was a boy. And when I see a guy in a wheelchair, I got to pull myself out of that because I start to suffer with him. I start to go into his pain. And same thing with you guys. The way I'm able to communicate with this is because I remember where it was. If you're in pain and you're 20 or 21, I remember very clearly where that was. And, I see it with the security guard in my building who has dead eyes, or the woman who cleans up the building who can't even look you in the eyes because her the class system here in Thailand is so bad that, like, the lower class people can't even look you in the fucking eyes. It's sad, man. And I see it when I bike through Thailand and I see the subsistence level farmers who are making nothing and working fucking 10 hours a day, killing themselves on the farm to sell some rice that they make no fucking money on, man. It is just fucking sad. Like 80% of the people in the world are living with so much pain, and you don't even fucking realize it. maybe when you're younger, but you realize it when you're older and you're able to look into people's eyes and see the kind of pain that they live in. Even fucking middle class people. When I was in Toronto, I remember getting on the subway in Monday morning, which is where it is right now. It's going to be Monday morning in Toronto, fucking February, and everyone on that train, they might have enough um, money to feed their families, but they're dying inside because they're working a job that they hate and it's freezing cold and it's gray. And, just grown men with this fucking dead eyed look and they want to be anywhere else but there. And it is fucking rough out there. So I sat around reading this Humans of New York almost all day, and I'm sitting like, you ungrateful motherfucker. You've been given just the opportunity to do what you want to do. And instead of being grateful for that, I'm thinking about all the money I'm making in trading. And man, I wish it had just lasted another 2 years. I would have been multimillionaire, or I should have gone and been a rock star. But that doesn't serve anything. Regretting, thinking about the fucking past like that doesn't serve anything. It doesn't serve me at all. And it just poisons the fucking well. And I think about how much I have now. I have my health, God willing. I have a business, my dream business. I have good friends. I live in the sunshine. I live where I wanted to live. I have women in my life. And it's so fucking important. And the same goes for you guys, okay? 90% of you are 18 to 35. The majority of you live in North America, which is a blessing on its own, okay? The West gets a lot of shit these days, but half the world works in a factory or lives in fucking poverty on $1 a day, okay? A lot of you guys are good looking. I see the guys who comment on the YouTube videos, you're 21, 22, you're good looking, okay? That's a huge thing. Many of you guys are working on getting in shape, okay? Most of you guys have your health. Most of you guys are not starving. You might not have the money you want, but you have enough money to fucking pay for yourself and pay for your lifestyle. And, many of you live in a warm climate where you live in sunshine, which is a huge thing. We've got smartphone. I'm filming this on a fucking smartphone. I mean, when I was in high school, I didn't even have the internet. The smartphone has every app. You can get Spotify and stream all the music in the world onto your iPhone anywhere in the world, biking through the mountains of Thailand, have every single fucking song streaming on your iPhone. That's amazing to me. You can have Google Maps fucking tell you wherever to go anywhere in the world. You can drop down anywhere in the world and book a apartment or hotel in advance. And you can make money online and travel around the world doing that shit. I look at guys who are 21 and 22 who are out here in Thailand, and I'm jealous of these motherfuckers. I'm like, fuck. That's, you got to be grateful for that shit. You got to be grateful for also all the opportunities that exist in 2017. It has never been a better time to be alive. It's never been a better time to be in business. Human beings have never lived better than right now. I don't want to even hear that negative shit about the Western world and all this. Fuck all that shit, okay? The opportunities right now are better than they've ever been. When our grandfathers and our great grandfathers, they had to fucking build a bricks and mortar business with no help and no books to read and no loans. And I mean, like the guys who made it in those days had to be straight savages. But you've got the internet and you've got Amazon and you've got sites like this and you've got other sites that are just breaking down the game for you, teaching you how to do it, from girls to business to everything you want to know is fucking available to you, man. I mean, you gotta fucking be grateful for that shit. And you gotta be grateful for everything that you have. If you came from a house where your parents love you, that in itself is just something to be grateful for. I mean, and you have friends that care about you, and you have some, a girl in your life gotta be grateful for that shit, man. You gotta be grateful for just every fucking day that you're alive. That just being alive, dude. Just being alive. The fact that you're created. The fact that you just incarnated, your spirit incarnated consciousness into this fucking body, and that the world actually exists for you. That reality actually exists for you is fucking insane. Like, how insane is that? That you're just fucking alive, experiencing reality, experiencing food, and experiencing travel, experiencing fucking consciousness, and being able to think about stuff, and being able to reflect on your existence, and being able to read, and being able to learn it. I mean, this shit is just fucking. I mean, it's amazing that it exists. And I'm sitting here complaining about not being a rock star. I'm thinking, what a fucking cunt I am. What a fucking cunt. And that's one of those. This is one of those days where I just gotta slap myself. Normally, I use positive motivation to you know get myself in the right state, but sometimes you gotta go fuck you. Like, you are being so selfish. There's so many people that fucking are really suffering, and I'm complaining about that I'm working too hard, and that um I'm complaining about having to do the video every day, and I'm complaining about, oh, this is my fifth business. I haven't ever taken a vacation, and I went from being a workaholic at my job, and working businesses, and four of them failed, and I've been doing this since I was 27. I've never taken a break. So fucking what, man? So what? I'm lucky just to have a business. I'm lucky that I don't have to fucking go into a sales job and have some cocksucker telling me what to do, and wanted to smash a keyboard over his head and fucking strangle him, because that's how I felt when I worked for these unethical fucking cocksuckers. That's how I felt every fucking day that I walked. And they were too cheap to fix the elevator in the building, so I'm walking up nine flights of stairs, and I'm like, if Timber John says a fucking thing to me today, I'm gonna break a keyboard over his fucking head, and I'm gonna go to jail, because I'm so sick of these fucking cocksuckers. I'm so sick of having to work in sales, and I just can't do it anymore. I mean, that's how I felt for the last couple of years of my fucking sales career, where I'm building these businesses, trying to get out, saving my money, planning for my dream. And so quickly I got used to my dream, and I became ungrateful. And I realized, I've been half-assing gratefulness. I've known I had to be grateful, and I've been putting it into practice, but I haven't been putting into practice like my daily prayers, or my positivity, or my reframing negative thoughts, and even staying happy, and the pursuit of happiness, which I've been doing well, and I've been doing, something I've been talking about, and it really has been my primary priority, but I haven't been serious about being grateful, and I haven't really added gratefulness to the arsenal. And it's something that I've always struggled with to add to the arsenal, but it's something that I have to do, and something that I'm going to have to focus on doing more. It's something that you really need to focus on doing more. If not consistently, at least you got to have days like this. Okay, if you're feeling a bit low or whatever, you got to have days like this where you just sit the fuck down, and sit yourself down, and just be like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, and be grateful for what you have. Go sit there on a site for like Humans of New York, and read about people who are actually suffering, or even just fucking drive around and look people in the eye and see how much they're suffering. See how much the average guy is suffering. Or, go to a hospital, go visit a relative in a hospital, and see how fucking sad that place is. Or go visit your grandmother who might be sick, or something like that, and see how much people are suffering. And be fucking grateful for what you have going on. Okay, if you're young and you've got your health and you've got enough wealth, I mean, be grateful for that. And especially, dude, if you're good looking and you've got girls in your life, stop fucking worrying about what the other guys got. That's just going to poison you, because there's no point where you're ever going to be satisfied. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. There's no point where you're ever going to be satisfied. Envy is a motherfucker. And envy, I think, is one of the worst mental states out there, in terms of spoiling your own happiness. Because as long as you're thinking about being pissed off about what the other guy's got. You're never going to enjoy it. And you can go through your whole life like that. You can go through, if you don't have gratefulness, you can go through your whole life being unhappy no matter how much money you make. There's guys on Wall Street making $50 million, but they're pissed off because they're not making $100 million, and their social circle is hanging around guys who are doing better than them, and they're pissed off, and they're comparing themselves to that guy. The only guy you really got to compare yourself with is to you, and doing the best version of you. So that's a major thing, is getting that gratefulness together, and then you got to think like, okay, well, once I sat down and really just slapped myself in the face about being grateful, I said, all right, that changes things. All right, that changes things. I don't have to get to some crazy level this year. And I don't have to do a video every day. Even though I made that commitment, I said, you know what? It's better that I put out good videos, and that I'm able to write the complimentary, I'm still writing articles because guys want to read articles, and that my happiness doesn't fucking suffer. So instead of putting out a video every day, I'm just going to do my work every day, and I'm going to put out the videos when they're fucking ready. And it's probably going to be three videos a week or 4 videos a week. But they're going to be good ones, and they're going to be ones that I'm going to be proud of. And I'm going to have an article to go with it, and the audio quality is going to be good. And I'm not going to have to feel like I'm fucking selling out just to get something done every day, because I made a commitment to do it, and I made a commitment to blow up my YouTube super fast this year. And I'm putting out videos that are rambling that I'm not fucking proud of. And that's going to change. So sit down, focus on being grateful. Look around the world if you have to. Focus on being grateful. And then use that gratefulness to enhance the quality of your life. So moving forward, what I'm going to do is, instead of waking up, and I'm looking at it, and it's just like, this is a major revelation for me. So this is one of the 3 or 4 moments that's a revelation. Okay, every year I learn something new, and something hits me on a deeper level. And right now, this is my moment, and I'm recording this fucking moment to you because I want to get it live. Gratefulness is the thing, and it's hitting me hard, and I turned my dream into a fucking nightmare real quick, and I can't even believe that I did it. I can't even believe that I let this happen. All I had to do was be grateful, and I'd be waking out of bed, jumping out of energy like I did when I first came out here, ready to go. Can't pull me away from my work. Instead, I'm barely getting out of bed because I set my expectations so high, just like I always do, because I want to get there faster than I fucking am supposed to. And I want to do it on my time instead of on God's time. And I want to ask for more. And I want to be fucking greedy, even though I've been given what I wanted. And I want to fucking complain to myself about, I should have been a rock star. My God, what a fucking ungrateful fuck I've become, because I haven't been making gratefulness my priority. So gratefulness is now a priority, just like that. Just like that, I'm going to be wake up and being grateful. And I'm going to do the work that I want to do. I'm going to set my schedule to 5 hours a day. That's it. 5 hours a day, 7 days a week, maybe Sunday off when I have a bunch of fucking chores and boring ass life shit to do. And I'm just going to go to the cafe, or I'm going to do a bit of work here. And I'm going to work on the videos that I want to do. And if I can't get the video out that day, fuck it. I'm going to work on the shit that's really important, the really important ones that I want to do that are going to be fucking 20 parts long. I'm serious. I've been sitting on these for 4 or 5 years, like the history of the world, the red pill history of the world, human behavior through the lens of ethology, how to understand yourself, which goes into like deep level fucking awareness, stuff on spirituality, and they're going to be 20, 30 parts long. They're going to be fucking insane. And instead of putting them off so I can just fucking get something out that day, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to get deep into it. And if I can't get a video out for 2 or 3 days, doesn't matter, because I'm going to get back into the fucking love of doing that and love of doing it. and the fucking high level shit that I've been wanting to get out forever. But I was always putting off because I'm like, man, I got to write 3 books to hit my financial goal, and I got to get the article every week. And now I set a fucking another crazy goal of 365 pieces of content, and fuck that. I'm just gonna do 5 or 6 hours a day, and I'm gonna do the shit that I enjoy, and I'm gonna put out some fucking crazy ass shit this year. And I'm not gonna do 7 pieces of content. And I'm sorry that I put that commitment to you guys, but I promise you this is gonna be better for you. You are gonna be blown away with the fucking shit that I put out, and it's gonna be like nothing you've seen. And I'm gonna love it, and you're gonna love it. And I'm gonna be grateful, and I fucking hope that you sit down and take stock of your life right now and be fucking grateful for what you have. And if you have a good relationship with your parents, go hug your parents, or go hug your girlfriend, or go thank God for just what you have and the fact that you're not suffering like so many people out there. And if you have to go on to Humans of New York, I think, which is the title of that website, is fucking something like that, or go out and just look around, or go read about people who are dying and the regrets that they had. And you've been giving youth, you've been giving time, you've been giving your health, you've been giving enough money to have a roof over your head. This is the most important shit in the world, and you have it all, and you have the fucking whole world at your fingertips. Okay, with the internet you can build whatever you want, you can go wherever you want, you can travel. I mean, I'm 35 in 2017, and I'm grateful for what I have. But if you're 20, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you should be like insanely grateful for like the fucking the options, the availabilities, the apps, the internet. It's all right there for you, man. It's all right there for you. You just have to be grateful for it. And it's something that I'm going to try and do. I know, just like with positivity, you can't win every day. With happiness, sometimes you get stuck in negative states and whatever, and I do too. But I'm gonna add gratefulness to the arsenal. All right, I'm gonna add it big time, and I hope that you add it big time, because this is a game changer for me. This was a game changing day, and I'm grateful that I had this day, because I needed a fucking wake up call. I needed a wake up call to reality and to what I have. And if you're feeling a bit low, I'm telling you, sit there and think about all the things that you're grateful for. Look around the world, and instead of comparing yourself to guys that are doing better, just look around at the people that are suffering, and just think, thank God I have what I have. Thank God I have working limbs, and that I can walk, that I can talk, that I can hear, that I have a functioning brain, that I have my health, that I have a body, and and if you're good looking, or if you're in shape, thank God for that, man. Be grateful for that, dude. That's like, you get to play the game of picking up girls. I mean, not everyone can do that. Or if you have a business, be grateful for that you don't have to work a fucking job, man. Or if you're working on building a business, be grateful that you learned about business, and that you have that idea, and that you haven't just been satisfied with the status quo. And that's it, man. Be grateful. I'm telling you, if you can internalize that, take the fucking day off if you have to, like I did. If you can internalize that and really truly be grateful for what you have, and it'll change your life, man. And this is every year I have 3 or 4 moments like this, and when I have that revelation, it's a game changer, and this is going to be a game changer. And this is the first one that I ever caught on camera. And that's why I'm doing this video at night on my bed when the lighting is shit, because I wanted to get it to you while it's live. And, I want to be real with you. And I hope that you found it instructive. And I hope that you're able to use it in your own life, because it's going to be a game changer. And that's it, man. Much love to you. I wish you all the best in your personal development. And just be grateful and fucking make it happen this year. All the best, my brother.